Okay, first thing I've got up there is a record sheet. You don't have to use this, but if you're searching for stuff on your topic for very long, you tend to forget where you looked. Where did I get that from? I was on Google, or was I go to that database? If you click on that first one, Paula, all this is just keeping track of what you've done. So you're basically saying, okay, brief description, I'm looking at the Holocaust, or I'm looking at a particular individual, whatever, and my search terms are key. I mean, that's what we call keyword. Most people search on Google for about 1.5 seconds, and they use about 1 to 2 terms, and then they run away. I think they've got the answer. Come up with those words, and then when you've got those terms down, you say, okay, I used this term, let's say Holocaust, and I was on Google, and I got this many hits. It's going to be like a couple million, right? And then I go on this database, you put the name of the database like Gale Sirs or whatever, and I got this many hits. Okay, so how do you find a good keyword? On Google, when you type in something, like you type in Titanic, and you had that topic, it's going to put things on the bar below. Just go slow enough, because you guys move it at hyper speed. It's your nature. Your brains are really supercharged, so you go fast. Another way to go about finding keywords is you can use a thesaurus, and you can use print. And I put some out on that red thing you can't see from here, but it's just around the corner. There's about 4 books, the thesaurus books. So if you're looking up a word and you want some alternative terms, look for synonyms. Synonyms are words that mean the same thing. So Newsbank, you click on Access World News, and I looked at Battle of Iwo Jima, and there was a lot of stuff. And that happened a long time ago. Now I'm going to type in alt text. I'll type in Iwo Jima or something. You're going to get things that don't apply, so you have to be careful. You have to look just like. So this guy's a Navy veteran, and they've interviewed him. So he's probably at Iwo Jima. You know, you have to kind of go quickly through these. The ones you want, you can click and save, and you can send them to your Search Discover. Search Discover has newspapers and magazines and reference websites and other things. And if you click on that, it looks like this. I think I typed in Holocaust, and it's search. And now we get, yeah, spelling, then it tells you if spelling isn't quite right. We did that on purpose, so you know. Yeah. Okay, so there's the Holocaust Museum and what they've got there. And now you look at the top, you see it. If it's purple, then it's pretty general. If it's kind of turquoise, it's easy reading, moderate reading, challenging reading. You need to take a peek at that. You don't want stuff that's really challenging, that's just going to bog you down. But something like moderate or easy. What I've got is Opposing Viewpoints. Now, Opposing Viewpoints was a book series, got really popular, became digital. And it was usually about an issue like abortion. Abortion should never happen. Abortion is okay. You take both sides, right? Pro and con. So I looked at the moon landing, which I wouldn't normally have done with. And so we type in moon landing. And so now you get 6 images, 2 referencings, 520 newspaper things, 29 magazine reports, some academic journals and stats. We've got some audio and some video as well. Just one video. It just narrows it down, and it's really good quality. You need to use Internet Explorer if you're going to use the videos on Safari. Does that make sense? Don't use Google Chrome or Firefox. Your regular school login will work. Now, Safari will only work. It's got about 6,000 movies on it. A lot of them are from Discovery TV and things like that. And the way you use that is you don't put an hour-long movie in your project. You put like a 10-second clip or something that's going to catch your eye. She's got the U.S. Marines landing at Iwo Jima. You know the story, right? This is a big island, Japan. America's, the war is starting to go in our favor. Japan is the heavyweight left in the war. Germany's been eliminated. They've got to take Japan. Japan is not going to give up. It's a very powerful military power, so we've got to take this island. And this island is like a super, super fierce battle. The Japanese are there, and the Americans have to take it. It's like attacking a castle. We have the newsreel. They used to use these songs to introduce the movies down World War II. This is really from the period. 1945. I was there. No, not that old. I don't want. Then you can, with this thing, with Safari Montage, we can teach you how to do it. You can make a clip really fast, and you can make it into a link, and you can send the link to your teacher. You can put it in your paper. It's really cool. It's why they call it a montage. Because you can actually put clips.
Library website. Okay, you're not limited to only the websites that were just introduced or the databases that were just introduced, but start with those. And then you're still writing key terms in your bubbles. Using the search terms you found yesterday, begin to read on your topic, and as you read, add new search terms to your organizer. So today you're just continuing to build your organizer based on what you find in the databases. Add as many levels as you need and as many terms as you come across. Go big. Homework is to come up with at least 50 terms for your topic. 50 terms minimum. Okay? 50 terms minimum. So you have your work cut out for you. Start with databases. You need to be in databases for at least
databases we have in the middle school. Everybody's in the middle school website, you're familiar with this. Scroll down the left starter till you see library. Can you scroll down again? Over there under library, see resources? Can everybody do that? Click resources. All the databases that you could be using. We're going to practice on this one, okay? But you can use the same skills today that you're going to learn in any of the databases. You can use them in science, you can use them in math, you can use them in social studies when you start the American Civil War. They're going to come in useful again. Try and think about what you're doing when you do it, okay, so that you can use it in a different subject. Each of them look a little bit different, and you need to get comfortable with them. You can't break them. They're an online resource. They will just reset. Okay, so yesterday, when you were working with the books, you have that great, you've got your 4 choices. When I looked through some of the topics yesterday, they were great, and I could see a lot of good phrasing. Mr. Stocker, can we use gunpowder plot? That was somebody's topic. Anybody got that one? Like that? Let's see what comes back. Huh, okay, that's interesting. See the one at the top? Why would it say China? Comes back. Huh, okay, that's interesting. See the one at the top? Why would it say China? Yeah, China invented gunpowder, but that's a good example of it not doing what you wanted to do because you're not asking it the right thing. The gunpowder plot was the attempted overthrow of the original British government. It needs to be a whole free type gunpowder plot, but put it inside quotation marks this time. You've got results that are more appropriate. When you look at your keywords, do they need to be a phrase? Will you find what you want by just using 1 or 2 words, or do you need to look from the middle of your graph all the way out? Can you combine your terms to make it more directed? The machine can't get inside your head. You have to be very careful about what you ask. Okay? Now, you want to do one more, or should we get started? You want to get started? Okay. Can you pick phrase yourselves? Go with your top choice phrase or word and see what comes back for you. That's a good idea. Should we do that?
Yeah, let's do that. One moment though. Once you have your article, then it's time to read it and find even more key terms and keep adding them to your chart. So that's what you're ultimately doing. But let's pause for a moment, because one thing we forgot to show you is that you can tell how hard the reading level is on these different links.
Okay, so this time, because I know it's got a lot of results, we're going to use Salem witch trials in parentheses. So we'll get just that, quotation marks. Up here on the top in blue, can you see in the blue box, general, easy, moderate, challenging. You guys are 8th grade, so moderate will be, you can actually take out all the challenging ones by going to advanced search at the bottom.
So guys, take a moment and take a look at what she's doing here with advanced.
She's still got my search term at the top here, but I can choose to take out, if you untick challenging there, and it will restrict it just all to the moderate level. Okay? So that gets rid of some more that you don't want. Go up to the top there where it's got the Google Mail, click.
This is how you are going to keep track of an article that looks really useful to you.
notice up here I've changed it from the follow you printer to something that says save to PDF. And that's true of anything that you find online. If you want to grab it and it doesn't allow you to do that, you can make it print, but not print. And you save it to your desktop as a PDF. Okay? Kennedy's got life on a plantation, so that's a good... What would we put in there to find something more relevant? Can you put plantation on the top there? What we're looking for is a sense of what life was like for ordinary people. Correct? Okay. How would we look for that? So plantation is a good word because that's something that means the same to lots of people. When you say plantation, that's what most people understand you to be looking for. You could write perhaps even childhood in there. Occupation. Now we're going to change these. Notice on the right side it says full text. So it's looking for plantation and everything. That's not working. Let's go back and take out childhood. I want to show you something else when you do that, because you're getting a lot of stuff about Haiti, because Haiti has plantations as well, and because of the nature of the way that and write the word Haiti. Are you finding you're getting a lot of stuff that's not relevant to that time period? Okay. And you could even put a date in there. You could do 1880s, 1860s. What would you like him to do? I'm going to pick for you. 1880s. When you have databases, don't give up. You have to play around with it. You can't break it, and you have to just tweak it a little bit to get what you want. Oh, 40 Acres and a Mule, that's a book. Can you even see from there? We've got Lewis Howard Latimer, self-made man. He was the son of a runaway slave from the humble beginnings, so you might find accounts of his life. That might be something that helps you form an understanding. Do you see how sometimes you have to work a little bit harder to get something of good quality?
She's going to be working with her for that. So how about if I try? Unique to that. When you go to Google, you make life a lot easier for you. So, one of the girls, she was looking at this on the 16th century Germany, and she had one of her search terms was religion. But if you put religion into Google, you're just going to get everything, every modern religion. You would have noticed that the rub between religions at that time was Calvinism and Catholicism. So a much better search usually to have Calvinism in the database. And right now, put that in. She got what she said about the development of Calvinism. So try and think in the period when you come up with search terms. That's true of any search.
Can you tell me what that is? You have Jack the Ripper, police force, hunting for the killer, and mind hunting. What's mind hunting mean? Okay. So the word profile, that's a cool word. Do you have profile in here yet? That might be cool to add. Can you add profile to that? Because what you're capturing is terminology used by the police at the time, possibly, or maybe you're thinking of CSI, watching it on TV, right? The profile idea. But it might be nice to include that as a search term. What was the profile of the killer if we never could find it? Right? Okay. So where are you now? You were kind of going here and then searching, and what were you? You hit a dead end. Is it okay to hit a dead end there? Is it okay for it to only go to here and then find something else to do? Absolutely. Yeah. You're not going to be able to extend each one of these out and get tons of sources. You just want to keep adding to your terms. Okay. Did you try maybe words that are synonymous with mine, like technological? Okay. Let's try that with the advanced search. And then in quotes, you're probably going to put Jack the Ripper, right? So it all stays together.